Today's opportunity in terms of talking to the students represented several conversations for me. One was to talk a little bit about Dragon's Den and what it meant to be an early stage entrepreneur and how exciting it was to use Dragon's Den as a platform. But my real message was to talk about life balance, the fact that if your definition of success is just the superficial trappings of wealth, you may miss out on what for me is probably the most important elements of life, which is family and friends. I often get asked about what success means and what it takes to be successful, and I emphasize the most important thing you can do is define success. And in my world, I called it redefining success, where I have evolved, if you will, from the thought that wealth really defines success, or power and position and the size of your house define success, but rather to relationships. As one of my daughters put it, shouldn't the size of your smile define how happy and therefore how successful you are? And that's really where I'd like to see people evolve in the conversation. I have no issue with business and being successful in business, but if you do that at the expense of your health and your family and your friends, what have you really accomplished? In the world of business, there's nothing I hate more than what people call hidden agendas. I just ask for transparency. If you have an issue, a conflict, a co-ownership, a relationship, or a thought, bring it to the table, and then everyone can evaluate all the information. But it's those that withhold, those that don't share, that create the greatest problems in my business world. So again, transparency with passion goes a long way. I'm often asked about entrepreneurial education, which is an extension of what I would call business education. I happen to think that at all grades and in all schools, not just business schools, but whether you're a welder or want to be a lawyer or a nurse, a doctor, a painter, it doesn't matter. I happen to think that the integration of 3 classes is core to changing the future for the individual. One is the study of marketing. Marketing is your point of differentiation. It's your resume, it's your business plan, it's your differentiation when whatever business is that you take on, or as an individual in terms of your career. Marketing, it's probably the least respected and the one opportunity that you can that you could never overstudy in the context of life. Number 2 is the study of entrepreneurship. And I don't mean the tools of entrepreneurship, but look at examples, role models, whether they're global or domestic or regional. The guy who started Pita Pit was flipping burgers for $400 a week before Sotadarius got Pita Pit going. There was no silver spoon, no lucky sperm. There was nothing that gave him a running start. And so using examples like that, you don't need to study the McCains and the Pattisons and some of the iconic Canadian entrepreneurs, but the study of entrepreneurship is the study of entrepreneurs. And then lastly, what I call strategic philanthropy, using marketing and entrepreneurship thoughtfully in terms of changing the world. And I make a lot of money giving money away. And people sometimes struggle with the give versus get. When I give money, I get a lot. I get team building, I get relationships, I get brand, and I also get a better world. And so the study of marketing, entrepreneurship, and philanthropy, game changer. I recommend it as core curriculum. There are many entrepreneurs in Canada that I greatly admire and respect, people who live with passion. At the Ivey School, you've got John Love, a close friend. His passion for community and for changing the world is rivaled by his ability to generate wealth in the real estate world. So an extraordinary individual. Murray Edwards has been a classmate and friend of mine since university days, probably one of the most successful entrepreneurs globally. His ability to see the future is prescient and absolutely stunning, and yet people don't see the underlying tone of what I would call corporate social opportunity, the wealth that he's distributing and the people that he's influencing to make the world better. Extraordinary. 2 examples.